Hi everyone, this is Bagger. It is May 10th at about 10 minutes of 1, and I wanted to complete a little lesson that we had done. If you go back, it was either in the Caddyshack or possibly on YouTube, and we were using two stocks. We were using Steel, X, and Nvidia to discuss the subject of false highs and false lows, true highs and true lows, how you determine those, and how you position yourself when you see them. Now, if you recall, this is a daily chart of Nvidia, and Nvidia had been a high flyer, was running high, had to pull back, and I think when we came onto it, it was right in here, and she had gapped down. And we said at the time, do you go buy that gap down? We said nope, because when she gaps down like that, she's going to have to test these lows that are over here, these little swing points in here. In particular, this low, right in here. So down she came, and she got as low as that area, right about 95 and some change, right in here. And we said at the time that the percent B down here, percent B, the percentage that's outside the Bollinger Band, is not as great as it was over here, and that if it held, if this area held, and we got a day where she didn't go lower, made a higher low, and a day when she made a higher high and a higher close, that she should be bought. So you would have wanted to buy Nvidia at, you could have bought it at the close at 99.35, or you could have bought it just as she was making a higher high at 97.50, would have been the ideal spot. And then you would have been long Nvidia right up until the other side of the range. She fills this little gap, has a normal little pullback, and then is in position for earnings. Now, earnings are always a crapshoot, but the entry was played out here in terms of this being a false low and it should be bought. Earnings, if anyone had asked us, how I would have played it was to have stayed long. I got good profit in it, and then to buy myself a put right down here at about 95. Happy to buy that insurance, and then she breaks away and she's off to the races. Now, you don't want to buy Nvidia up here. You don't want to sell it either. You certainly don't want to short it, because she is doing what? Making a true high. So she's going higher. But we are disciplined for buying stocks. You want to buy them on the pullback. So if you're long, and I hope Krista is, I know this is one of her favorites. I hope she is, and I hope she's profiting and staying long, because Nvidia will be going higher. Now, the other stock was X, steel. And we were in around here, and steel was sliding down, and the question was, do you want to buy this? Is she going to resume an uptrend? And what we were looking at was this low right here. And we said that in all likelihood, this in here, this low area was going to need to be tested. And sure enough, she pulls down and she does test this area. In fact, she takes it out. And what concerned us was the percent B is lower than the percent B over here. So this was with some enthusiasm, so that this was in fact not a false low but a true low, and that this true low was probably going to have to be tested and in all likelihood broken. So she runs up, and then what does she do? Boom, she gaps down and takes this whole area out. And now this area here, this represented the true low on this day. The true low of this stock is 22.56. She's trading a good 10% below that, and the percent B is not anywhere near as low. So the low she's making today in steel is now. This was the true low. This is now, and this was a true low. This no longer is a true low. Provided the percent B stays above the previous percent B, you want to wait for this stock, Krista, you want to wait for this stock to come down and stop making lower lows. The first day that she doesn't make a lower low, makes a higher low, a higher high, and ideally a higher close, and closes at its high, that would be the signal to buy the stock. And you would buy the stock and place your stop underneath the low of that given day. That is where you would want to buy steel again next, and ideally run it up, maybe back up in here to the top part of the range. So I'm going to go ahead and I tell you what, I'm going to, if you guys don't mind, we want to build our little private club. I'm going to post this to YouTube, both for invest feed purposes and also the folks at StockTwits. And Krista, I hope you ran with Nvidia, and I hope you ran for the hills or shorted steel. But I wanted to complete that little lesson and of how to interpret true highs and true lows, and false lows and false highs. It's interesting that today we are making a false low on the VIX and a false high on the NQ. If you like this sort of thing, feel free to join our private club. We're a mentoring site, and we provide a weekly video of the markets that runs anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour on Sunday nights, and then we also run a 30-minute video each and every night, and we look at the market through our proprietary system called the swing machine and the Nicholas timing model. The Nicholas timing model, I should say, went long the markets on the April 20th and April 25th, and a contract in each of those four markets is probably up over 10 grand. So it's very precise, and the swing machine is also very precise and very stable. Once again, I'm Bag of Don at StockMarketCaddy.com. Thanks for watching our little video. Feel free to follow. Feel free to check us out. And yes, the Swing Machine Live is now available intraday for any member that is in good standing. And if you want to see it as a live demo for a day or two, let us know. Thanks again, and check us out. Bag of Don, or Don Marshall at StockMarketCaddy.com. Thanks.